And we have our first keynote speaker who's going to show you how you can visualize success. But before we bring her up, Dr. Lynn Joseph is the best-selling author of the Child Loss Recovery Program, named Best Emotional Recovery Book Choice by thewashingtonpost.com. Not an easy achievement. She is a former executive search consultant, Fortune 100 company business executive, and a psychologist who is leading authority on the use of visualization techniques to bounce back from job loss. Dr. Lynn has been featured on hundreds of radio and TV programs and quoted in publications such as Time, Fortune magazine, and the Washington Post. But something else you need to know about her. She's brilliantly smart, but easily approachable, and she's the same as Robin. You call her, and she says, "How can I help?" Please give it up for Dr. Lynn.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank Robin especially for inviting me to talk with you tonight. This woman is the most selfless person, honestly, authentically selfless individual that I know. I kid you not. Don't you love her energy? Those of you who even have met her recently, is she not fantastic? What you see is what you get here. So I want to talk to you about vision tonight, about vision. And yes, we all know how important vision is. We've heard how important vision is. Is this true? How many of us, our organizations, our most successful companies today have vision. They have a vision. You can go on their websites and see the vision that they've developed. Why? Because they know that vision guides every decision and every choice they make every day. So why don't we, as average, everyday business people and human beings, why don't we all have our own personal visions? How many people here have a formal vision for their life? That's wonderful. We have a good number in the room who do, and I'm so happy to hear that. There's so much you hear today about visioning. I mean, people are making millions of dollars, Jack Canfield, on teaching people how to create vision boards. Vision boards. But there's something serious to this. There's something very serious to this. Visioning is the use of our imaginations. The use of our imaginations to create and implement our highest dreams. Our highest dreams. What are your dreams? If you don't have a dream, you need to start dreaming. Please start dreaming, because that's what brings us alive. And Einstein, anybody ever heard of Albert Einstein? Albert Einstein knew the power of imagination when he said, "Imagination is everything. It's the previews of life's coming attractions." It's the preview of life's coming attractions, imagination. And if we don't give the power to our imaginations that it really has, it will have power over us. And I don't think we want that. Imagery, you see, is the language of our subconscious mind. Imagery, not just use of the imagination, but use of it in all its wild senses. When you're dreaming at night, you wake up from a dream and you think, wow, that was real. I'm sweating, or I'm wildly happy, or whatever it is. The dream was real. When you're dreaming, it's real. Why is that? Because all of your senses, you can, in your dreams, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste, you can touch, you feel emotions. So my point to you is, when you're developing a vision and making it come true, you want to bring in, if it doesn't have passion, if you're not passionate about your dream, then forget about it. But if you bring in all your senses and you're focused when you do it, and I'm going to guide you through a process tonight whereby you will not only walk through the steps of creating your own vision, but experience the process. And it will only be the beginning, but you'll have the steps and you'll have the process, and I encourage you to go home and work on it on your own. Now, who uses vision? Who uses vision besides companies? Anybody ever heard of our Olympic athletes? Anybody watch the last summer's Olympics? Michael Phelps, for example. Michael Phelps, you may not like his social life, but you can't take away from the guy 8 gold medals and world events in 7 events, right? Michael Phelps started visioning his events when he was 13 years old in the swimming pool. his coach, Bob Bowman, had him visualizing the next event and how he was going to win it. And I'd like to read a quick quote from Michael Phelps. You just have to dream it, believe it, work at it, and go for it. And that's Michael Phelps. A little bit of wisdom there. How about the Winter Olympics? Anybody ever see the skiers this last winter? Hannah Kearney, gold medal winner Hannah Kearney has talked about how, yes, of course she put in 3 years of very rigorous and very determined training for that Winter Olympics, but she also visualized her win. Now, if you watch the Olympics, and if you went on their website, you could see video of Hannah and all the other Olympic athletes. I mean, they all do this. They have training programs in visualization. They don't get that good if they don't have the mental game down. You could see her at the top of the hill waiting for her turn, and she's got her skis on and her poles there and all this, and her eyes are closed, and you can see her going. In her head, she's running that run. She's doing the slalom in her head before she gets to the starting gate. They're doing it. Now, this is physical. I know it's physical. The LA Lakers, this is a mental game too. Don't tell me that if you're in competition, it's not going to work with somebody else on the floor of the gym. The Lakers talked about how they had their meditation session and their visualization session every afternoon during that championship. When they were winning those games, they were visualizing it first. They were planning their strategy and mentally going through it, going through everything to prepare themselves and to be the best they could be. The meditation was to build clarity and focus. The visualization was to bring it alive and make it happen. And why are we not doing this in our lives? Every day, we get up in the morning, what's my plan for the day? How do I see it happening? Or am I going to let life treat me the way it wants to? Am I going to feel victimized by circumstances? And I think we need to teach our kids today these tools. Psychologists and researchers and scientists know this. They know that when you visualize your future self with all of your senses and your passion, when you visualize that future in a positive way, what happens? Anybody? Yeah, actually, most often, you will have more positive results. You'll have increased competence, increased confidence, and as a result, you'll have an improved performance. This is research. This is what the research is telling us. There's so much research on visualizing future self. We do it anyway. You imagine yourself in the future, don't you? You all do it. What are you imagining and what are you expecting? Are you expecting success or are you expecting failure? Most everybody in this room is very successful, so you know this already, right?
Yeah.
So when I say the imagery is the language of your subconscious, I want you to visualize, because your subconscious can become our ally, It wants to become our ally and help us and not block us. And that's how we can bring that on board. So, who wants to try it? I want you to think about dreaming. I want you to allow yourself to dream big. You may be dreaming big now. Dream even bigger. And as has been said before, your dreams will change. Our dreams change as we change, don't they? This doesn't mean that the day you die, you're going to have the same dream that you have today. But when you have a positive vision and you bring your senses, your passion, your emotion to it, what you're dreaming, what you're imagining and visualizing is the feeling behind it. It's not necessarily the picture of the end result. Your subconscious doesn't care so much about, I want the house this way with that room there and this furniture here. It's really more concerned about my happiness, my sense of prosperity, my sense of safety, my joy, my relationships. So it's the stuff of our reality that are more important to us than the actual things. And that's what we want to allow ourselves to dream. And no matter what it ends up looking like in the practical, physical world, if you have those feelings and senses and emotions that go with it, then you can be successful. And your dream can shift and change no matter what career you're in. So I've got a little visualization here that I want to guide you through. And I would ask you to just relax in your chair. And I didn't make the words too big, so I'm going to put on my reading glasses. And too bad Jordan wasn't still here, because we could have him play a little soft music in the background, because soft music is so relaxing, isn't it? But I'll try to make my voice relaxing, because this is what I like doing. Everybody take a nice deep breath. Release any stress that you're holding. Maybe you don't have stress. I have a little stress right now, so. Find a comfortable position. And begin by allowing your eyes to close gently and focusing on your breathing. Inhaling deeply and exhaling fully. Allow your abdomen to expand and contract as you breathe deep into your diaphragm. And again, imagine breathing in relaxation and breathing out any tension in your body. Inhale and exhale, relaxing more and more, becoming calmer with every breath. Imagine any distracting thoughts drifting away. For the moment, your mind is still, noticing the heaviness as your muscles begin to relax, and allowing these feelings of relaxation to spread throughout your body. Now bring your dream, your vision to mind, whatever that is for you right now. What is it that you want to create for yourself, for your family, perhaps for your business, and especially your community? Imagine what it will look like when you have achieved it. Bring images of it to mind, or allow the images to develop and appear. And sense it in as much detail as you can, with all the desire that you have. Perhaps it's security, prosperity, education for our community, meaningful work. If you aren't sure of the details, imagine how you will feel when you have achieved the dream. Bring up the enjoyment and the satisfaction, the laughter. Laughter, humor heals. What will your life and your community look like when it meets your standards and your dream? How will you feel? Allow yourself to feel that now. Sense yourself living out the vision. How will you be with others, and how will they respond to you? What will this all mean to you and your loved ones? Perhaps you'll be celebrating with associates or loved ones in this vision. Live the vision with desire, spirit, and passion. Feel powerful, powerful, free, valuable, valued, loving and loved, and above all, grateful. The energy of gratitude attracts more to be grateful for. In a moment, you'll come back to full awareness of the room where your journey began, feeling relaxed and refreshed, sensing the feelings in your body, sensing the environment around you, beginning to move around, and when you're ready, open your eyes and return, feeling awake and refreshed. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Stretch if you like, and enjoy the moment. Now, I handed out a piece of paper